Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. Здравствуйте, ni hao. Bonjour, bon dia, buenos dias, buenas tardes. How are you? Shalom. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm here in my car. It's Monday morning. Yeah. Hoot, hoot. I'm fasting today. It's Monday. Should I have makeup? Should I wear makeup or go all natural? No, of course, all natural here, all natural. I have 6 things that I always have in my car, and one of them is called shea butter. Shea butter. This one is from my mother. Amazing mom. When I was growing in south of France as a teenager, I was a home attendant. That was my first job receiving pay stubs. I worked for an amazing agency, and I used to take care of disabled people, people on wheelchairs. And one amazing young lady on a wheelchair taught me how to moisturize my face. She always said to me to do this, like this way. She said that's how you moisturize your face. How do you moisturize your face? I only use shea butter, by the way. Welcome to the stream. If you're new to my channel, I'm Nia. Well, my birth name is Nee-ya-ma. Gnama. French spelling. Nee-ya-ma. It means maid servant of God, you know? Female maid servant of God. Comes from the name Mariama. Mary, Virgin Mary. My parents named me after an old lady. That was her name. In honor of that lady. I have a sister named Mary in honor of Jesus' mother. Yes, us Muslims, we believe in Jesus. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just adding shea butter because I had to rush out of the house. I forgot that I had parked my car by the school. And if you don't remove your car by 7 a.m., they will give you a ticket. And I was like, praying, God, please, Allah, no ticket, no ticket. So I'm coming towards the car. I look on the windshield, no ticket. I say, I did like that to Allah. I was like, kiss to the sky. Thank you, God. No ticket. So I sit down. And as soon as I look up, the lady from Bangladesh, police cop, she's coming to give me a ticket. Allahu Akbar, right? alors j'étais vraiment, vraiment super contente. That's in French to say it. So I was really, really happy. How's your day going? Are you happy that it's Monday today? Remember to radiate your light all around you. Give your smile. Say hi to someone, whether you know them or you don't. I'm just putting shea butter right now on my face. That's all I put. I wash my face with soap and then shea butter. This is from my mother. She lives in south of France. She gave me some. Oh, it smells really good. She added something to it because usually shea butter doesn't smell so good. But it's really, really healthy stuff that you're putting on your skin. Very, very good. If you're new to my channel, by the way, my name is Nee-ya-ma. My friends call me Nia. I'm here to help you elevate, level up. And I'm here to encourage you so you can go out there, be the best version of you. Yes. Have some fun along the way, bring some laughter, make a difference in people's lives. So I'll help people rise. I help women rise and regain their inner beauty and just live the best life that they can. Remember, self-care is super important for you. Do your manicure. Go to the hair salon if you need to have your braids. I used to go sometimes get the Senegalese African lady do my hair. No hair extension, just use my own hair and just braid it. But now I do it myself. I always done my hair by myself actually. I used to braid with hair extension or just my own hair. So now I do just with my own hair. So yes, I said earlier, there's 6 things that I always have in my car. So one of them is the shea butter. Shea butter. I remember one day I went to a business event and there was a young African-American man. I would never forget. He asked me, do I have shea butter? I was so shocked. He asked me if I have shea butter. I said, no, I didn't have it in my purse. I always carry also this. Very important, hand wash. You never know when you need it. I carry also a pair of scissors in my car. You never know when you need a pair of scissors. I also carry the black seed toothpaste to keep my teeth nice and white. I also have a bottle of water, of course, and some wipes. You know, when you're eating something that's greasy, wipes are the best. That's a few things I have. So, what I wanted to talk about today on this live stream, if you're here with me, ladies, welcome. It's mainly for my beautiful ladies, but the men can also watch the channel, of course. Shout out to the men that come to my channel and learning from my content. Makeup are all natural. I say do what you want with your body as a woman. Be free to explore, to discover yourself, your beauty. And if you want to wear makeup, wear makeup. If you want to go all natural, go all natural. As for me, I never liked makeup. I used to wear it on business trips, to my trainings, my workshops, my seminars, when I used to be in the financial services industry, but I never liked it. So I was doing it, I was getting out of my comfort zone just to fit in, but I never liked makeup. And when I used to go clubbing to the discotheque, like we call it in French in England, I started going clubbing years ago when I was 17, 18. And here in America, I used to go clubbing, and sometimes I would wear it, but I'm always touching my face. I don't know if you have realized. So it made me so uncomfortable. So I said, no more makeup. And I haven't been wearing any makeup ever since. It's been a few years now. But I say, yes, if you like makeup, just don't overdo it. You know how some women, it's so much that she look like a clown type. So no, just be very subtle with it if you want to. And try to really go for cosmetic products that are toxin free, meaning they don't have all these chemicals and drugs ingredients, because later down the road you are going to suffer maybe with skin cancer, breast cancer, all type of cancerous diseases. So be very careful. I have read an article years ago that these makeup cosmetic products will cause cancer. Yes, isn't that insane and crazy? And a lot of people wearing lipsticks, and they actually later will develop cancer because of the cosmetic products. So be very careful. And what else I wanted to talk about? Oh yes, I have a book that I wanted to share with you some of its teaching. It's called Saving Your Future. Let me read a few things in this book. When I was helping families budget and learn all about financial literacy, meaning financial education, I used this book. Financial foundation. Like building a house, you should start with a solid financial foundation and build it from the ground up. Yes, so you have protection at the beginning. Let me make sure my phone, yes. Foundation begins with protection, meaning make sure to protect your assets. Assets are everything that you possess, that you have, and that is bringing you money, putting money in your pocket. And liabilities is the opposite. It's everything that taking money out of your pocket, like a house, a car. When you have mortgage, that's a liability. It's not an asset, especially if you have to pay every month property taxes, insurance, mortgage. That's liability. Some people say, oh no, it's an asset. If it's taking money out of your pocket and you have to pay every month, then it's a liability. But if it's bringing money in, like let's say you have a house and you're renting it to other people, you have tenants, then that house is an asset for you because it's bringing in monthly income, people paying you rent on that. That's why I always say go for renting instead, because buying a house, one person actually posted on YouTube a few days ago. He said that buying a house, meaning being a homeowner in this country, is the biggest scam ever. What do you think? Do you agree with that? Because reality is that you don't own that house. The banks own that house. That's why there's so many foreclosures all around here in this country. You are going to pay for 30 years of your life a property that doesn't even belong to you, that you cannot even call really yours. You're paying someone else to live in that house. Every month, that mortgage, the tax, the principal, the interest fees. All right, let's get back to financial foundation. I don't want to make people angry. I finally realized that they don't really own their house until it's fully paid. Protection, debt management, meaning you need to take care of your debt. There's bad debts, there's good debts, like they say. Make sure to get rid of all the bad debts. Then there's emergency fund. Once you start having extra income, remember, always increase your cash flow by having side hustle, by having more money coming in so you can start saving. You have emergency fund in case you need house repair, cars repairs, and I know about car repairs, trust me. About 3 years ago, I had to pay over $10,000 just in car repairs with my previous car, the Honda Odyssey I used to have. So make sure you have enough money. They say that the average American doesn't have $1,000 in their bank or doesn't have 6 months of income on the side as an emergency fund if something happens. So make sure to anticipate, meaning prepare beforehand and make sure that you're ready for any emergency whatsoever, I mean financially. And then investment, that's the top of the pyramid of the financial foundation, where you have to, oh, that person is, let me move a little bit my car. I think I'm in the way, doing some work. Oh, that's much better. So yes, make sure that you have protection, meaning you have secured and insured all your assets. So in case something happened, you are covered. Then debt management, get rid of all your bad debts. It sucks to owe money to people. Trust me, I know. I hate when I have debts and I owe people money. It's such a headache and it brings so much stress because you know you have to pay these people back. Then you have to have emergency fund in case something happens, and something will happen. At least 3 emergencies we have in life every year. Sometimes you have a death in the family where you have to pitch in, or you need to bury your loved ones. You need money. That's why a lot of people here, especially Black Americans, they go to GoFundMe and they ask for money, for help, for donations just to bury a loved one because they did not prepare. They use all the money that they had every single month for doing their hair, doing their nails, buying expensive shoes, expensive fancy clothing, and then when they really need that money, no money. And then the end at the top of the financial foundation pyramid, investment, where you become your own investor and you are able to have money allocated just for that. You can use index universal accounts where you put your money against the market. It's almost like it's in the market, but it is protected. So when the market crashes, your money is protected. Your money is going to continue growing. Not like how so many people lost their money. Remember in the crash of 2008? Yes, okay, let's continue reading. First, you should have proper protection in the event of disability, health problems, or premature death. You should reduce your liability and get out of debt. You should set aside at least 3 to 6 months of your income to deal with sudden changes at your job or business, or to pay for unforeseen accidents or repairs. And right now, America is suffering. A lot of people don't have any more food stamps, SNAP. But there's places you can go. You can go to food pantries, spots. You can go to different churches in your neighborhood and ask and let them know that you probably don't have any more food stamp for another 6 months or a year to come, and you need it. If you are a food stamp recipient, I don't have any more food stamp. I go to food pantries, and also I sometimes fast instead of eating, and that helps me so I can save the food that I have in the home. And you should save and invest for the long run. All these tasks should be done as soon as possible. As a priority, you should consider protection first. Why? If you try to save a few $100s a month but have no insurance, when you get sick, disabled, or die suddenly, the savings won't last very long. Likewise, if you have an emergency but your money is tied up in some investment, how would you deal with sudden unexpected expenses? You may have to get into more debt, and that's what we don't want. Don't want to get into more debts. A strong foundation will build a sturdier, more enduring financial house. Yes, make sure your financial house is in order. Otherwise, it won't remain standing when the storms of life strike. Thus, the 4 financial foundation layers will build solid ground for your financial future. Remember what I said? Protection, debt management, emergency fund, investment. These are the 4 financial foundation layers. Understanding how money works. The wealth formula. Yes, there's a formula to wealth. Money doesn't grow on trees. You must work for it. If you want to build wealth, there is a formula for you to build on. Money plus time plus rate of return minus inflation minus tax. That's equal wealth. Money talk. Where is the money? A good number of people always seems to have money problems. Most of the time they're short on funds. Instead of saving whatever is left at the end of the month, you should pay yourself first. Yes, I learned this when I was in the financial services industry. Always pay yourself first, meaning before paying the payphone bill, before paying rent or mortgage or your electric bill or anybody, any company, you pay you first. Make sure you have a jar in your house or a safe, and you put that money every day or every week or every 2 weeks or once a month. You put that money aside. That's your money. Call it maybe my dream vacation. And just don't touch that money. Let it go. Pay yourself first. Set aside 5 to 10% of your income to save for the future. If possible, save 15% or more. Treat it like a bill that you must pay, and pay it first. That's your family financial bill. Doesn't it make sense to pay your family first before paying other people's bills? Your cable TV bill is not more important than your family financial well-being. Buy only what you need. I only buy what I need. Yeah, I used to be such a waster. Always spending on ridiculous things that I did not even need. But that's what happens when you're ignorant and you don't know anything about financial services and you don't know anything about financial literacy. You just be doing whatever other people are doing. You just be buying stuff, paying for things unnecessary. Set aside, okay, so we talk about setting aside of your income. Spending money. What is that? Okay, I saw something popping up. Welcome to the live stream, by the way, if you're just coming in. My name is Nia. If you don't know, I'm a coach. I'm an inspirational trainer. I'm a mom. I'm a single mother, badass woman. I have 4 amazing children, and I'm here to help you elevate. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to educate you, to help you, and you can improve your life one day at a time, okay? I speak French. I speak Spanish. If you need my help, don't hesitate to email me, to call me. I have a free phone, actually. It's from Google. It's my business phone number. I don't even remember it by heart, but it will come. It will come in a few minutes. By the end of the stream, I will give it to you. I just created not long ago, so you can reach out and speak to me direct. Spending money is a way of life for many people. Shopping becomes a habit. It can become an addiction. Trust me, I know. I was addicted to shopping. Finding bargains and buying on-sale items don't always mean that you're saving. It could be that you're buying things you don't need. Know the difference between what you really need and what you want. When a person says they need new shoes, is it truly essential or simply a desire? How many people intend to buy a Toyota but drive home with a Lexus? Small changes, big impact. Spending is a habit, so is saving. Do you agree? Yes, agree, absolutely agree. Saving is also a habit. What if you could make small changes to your spending habits and start saving $10 a day? That's $300 every single month. Yes, can you imagine? Stop going to Starbucks for your coffee, make it from home. That will be big savings. $15 to $20. Can you imagine every day you're spending on Starbucks, buying your drink, buying a croissant or a cupcake or a muffin, and then talk about lunch. That's another $15, $20. And then some people dine outside at nighttime dinner. So like you just spent $100 just in one day, just on food, outside food. Can you imagine the saving you'll be making? These are seizable amounts for your retirement. Yes, think way ahead. Think 10, 20, 30 years. Even though you don't see it yet and tomorrow is not promised, but still think ahead. Like the wealthy, rich people that are really good at managing their money, at being financially free, they think 50 years ahead. They think about their great-great-grandchildren. That's how you have to start thinking. It's all about shifting your mindset. Can you cut down on some personal luxuries now to reap greater benefits in the future? Think like soda, lattes, bottled water, cigarettes. I don't smoke. Cable TV, high-end gadgets, and I think you shouldn't smoke either. New phones, shopping, fancy cars, eating out, partying. It's not what you earn that counts. It's true. It's not what you earn that counts. It's what you keep, right? It's what you keep. Yeah, you see, the book just said it. It's what you keep. A common characteristics among wealthy people is that they're very conscious, meaning they know, they're very aware, they're fully aware about their spending. They know where every penny goes, and that's what you should start doing. Budgeting. Sit down with a blank sheet of paper and write down every penny, where you're spending it every single day, and the whole month. At the end, look at the sum, the total, where your money went. Sometimes it's unbelievable how I don't realize, and I will go check my Bank of America statement, and I'm like, I spent this. Where this money went? $20 here, $30 there, $19.99. I'm like, where did I spend that money? And I forgot completely. Time. Time is money. The sooner you save, the better for your future. Yes, if I had known about financial literacy back in my 20s when I was living England by myself, oh my Lord, I would be a billionaire today. I'm on my way there too, though. Procrastinating, inshallah, God willing. Let's take a look at the examples on the next page. Procrastination is the enemy of saving. Yes, the more you say tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll save tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow never comes, right? When many people are young, they think they have a lot of time to save. Then they get married, have kids, and buy a home, buy a house with a mortgage and new expenses. Money becomes tight. Yes, look, the divorce rate has increased because of money problems. Yes, so many people fight over money. Next thing you know, divorce. They tell themselves they will start saving later. As they enter midlife, their children go to college and tuition takes a big bite out of their budget. Soon they will join the majority of people approaching retirement with little to no savings. Yes, the baby boomers, the people that were born before my time, before the 70s, they have no savings. So can you imagine you're in your 80s here in America and you have worked all your life for an employer, you made them rich, their company grew stronger financially, and you look at your bank account, you're completely broke. You have no savings whatsoever. And that's happening to so many elderly people today. The baby boomers. Soon they will join the majority of people approaching retirement with little to no savings. They know they must save, but now they say it's too late. Many wonder, what if they had just put aside $100 or $200 a month when they were young? They could have accumulated significant assets today. Exactly. So don't wait. Start saving today. I'm your wake-up call, okay? Start saving today. Even if it's $1 a day. Can you imagine? Just $1 a day, $2 every single day. Put it aside for your future. Don't wait. Start to save as much as you can, as soon as you can. And then they're showing here a picture of what it look like when you save and you start early. Build wealth slowly. A solid foundation takes time to build. Yes, exactly. You have to think about that. Trees don't grow big overnight. Avoid get-rich-quick impulses. Yeah, stay away from scams, for pyramid schemes. Hot stocks and rising real estate markets can sound appealing, but one wrong pick can set you back big times from your savings goal. Investing is not gambling. Exactly. It's smart decision. Start making smart strategies. Move, okay? You must understand how money works. Exactly. And always go into that mindset of you are going to win. Don't think you are going to lose. And money is a game. So know the rules. Have a game plan and stay disciplined. Remember yesterday I spoke about being disciplined, focused and committed and determined to winning, to being successful. Yeah, make sure that you are disciplined. Stay disciplined with your action plan until you reach your goal. You should set goals all the time. The power of compound interest. One of the most important concepts in finance is the rule of 72. It shows you how to calculate the effect of compound interest with a very simple formula. Take 72 and divide it by the rate of return. The answer is the number of years it takes to double your money. The rule of 72 unveils the powerful impact of compound interest on money. It also reveals two types of people. People who don't understand how money works, they end up working for money. Yeah, never work for money. Let your money work for you. People who understand how money works, they let money work for them. Wealthy people tend to spend time learning and understanding how money works. Yes, if you want to become a butcher, cutting meat, study butchers. Study the art of butcher. If you want to become a doctor, study doctors, what they do to become doctor. Wealthy people tend to spend time learning and understanding how money works. They look for advice and solutions to get better returns for their money. A lot of poor people lack knowledge about financial personal finance. Some don't care to understand. A lot of them, they don't care. Many have no plan and little savings. What savings they have are usually put into accounts with a low rate of return. Their money doesn't work for them. Like they put it in savings at the bank. But what happened? You know, the bank is actually a lending business. It's not a saving business. So the bank will take your money that you put in your direct deposit, in your deposit, and they will use that money and go and lend it to other companies with a high rate of interest. That's what banks do. They are using and playing with your money, your hard-earned money. I learned that back in 2018. I had no idea. I thought my money was there, staying there. No, no, no. Your money, once you put it in that bank, it's theirs to use it as they please. Crazy. Crazy. Many have no plan and little savings. What savings they have are usually put into accounts with a low rate of return. The money doesn't work for them. Compound interest works both ways. It can work to your benefit, but also to your disadvantage. For example, if you have a bill with a high interest rate and you don't make payments, the interest can compound, and your debt can grow until it becomes unmanageable. Yes, that's why a lot of people today they are so broke, because they haven't paid their credit card bills, and every time interest piles up. And even when you make payments, the high interest on the balance can make the debt grow back. It's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. Sometimes it feels as if it's impossible to pay the balance off. Yes, absolutely. That's why go with no interest. No interest. No interest. All right, let's talk about inflation. The silent killer. Inflation is the rise in prices of goods and services over time. You understand? Yes. When the prices of goods and services go higher, that's called inflation. When prices increase, your purchasing power decreases. For example, if the inflation rate is 3.5%, your $100 today will only be worth $96.50 next year. Inflation happens when a country prints more money than it earns. The result is everybody will lose some value of their money. Some refer to inflation as a hidden tax. Yes, it is a hidden tax. Inflation is a major factor to consider when you build up your financial future. For example, if you put your money in an account with a 0 rate of return, its value will certainly decline in the long run. In the last 100 years, so this book was published I would say over 6 years ago, I think. Inflation is a major factor to consider when you build up your financial future. For example, if you put your money in an account with a 0 rate of return, its value will certainly decline in the long run. In the last 100 years, from 1917 to 2017, the U.S. inflation rate averages 2.99%. Let's take a look at the prices of some basic items over time. A new home in the 70s used to cost average $23,400. In the 90s, $123,000. And in 2017, the average cost of living a new home, $371,200. A new car in the 70s was about $4,000, right? A new car. In the 90s, it was $16,000, and in 2017, over $30,000. Can you imagine? The gallon of gas, oh my Lord. If you have a car, you know, here in America, especially here in New York, it's so expensive. Yesterday, I went to New Jersey just to get gas, the cheapest I could, and it was $2.95. I was so happy. I was smiling. The other day, I went to, unfortunately, a gas station here in Manhattan, and it was over $5. I was like, what the heck? This is a ripoff. I was so upset. I was so angry. But there was no gas station nearby, so I had to pump gas there. So in the 70s, for example, gas price, a gallon was 36 cents. $1.36 in the 70s. And in the 90s, it was $1.34. And in 2017, $2.43. And your income in the 70s was over $9,000 a month. In the 90s, $28,000. And in 2017, a person average cost of living wages was $46,000. I keep getting texts for going to get some delivery, but I'm not doing it. I'm staying with you guys. All right. Say you plan to retire with $4,000 income per month. In today's value, 20 years later, at a 3% inflation rate, you will need to have $7,224. Wow. Every month, just to maintain the same purchasing power. Are you prepared for it? Do you think that you should save more money and spend less? I think you should. Let's talk about taxes. That's very, very bad for us middle income people, low income. Benjamin Franklin said, "Nothing is certain in this world except for death and taxes." I don't know if it's him he said that, but I heard it too. You make money, they tax you. You spend money, they tax you. You save money, they still tax you. And even when you die, they still tax you. From sales tax to income tax to property tax and estate tax, every other tax. Anywhere you turn, the tax collectors is waiting for you around the corner. One bit of good news is that the highest current U.S. federal income tax rate is rather low compared with the past. It was over 90% during President Kennedy's time and 70% at the beginning of Reagan era. Today, the top tax bracket is lower, but if you add state income tax, the total may be higher. Yeah, go to irs.gov and find out about your tax rates. So this was back in like 2017, this book. So a lot of things are no longer accurate. A taxing issue. Taxes may have a big impact on your money. Any savings and investment strategy must consider the tax impact on it. What is your current tax rate? What will the tax rate be in the future? Will taxes rise or fall? Amazing. Let's look at the challenges ahead. The shrinking Social Security tax base. Yes, I think they are going to get rid of Social Security in a few years. It's crazy. As mentioned, since 1945, when Social Security began, workers per retiree shrunk from over 40 to about 3 today, and the number continues to decline due to the aging demographics of the US and Canada. Governments will have a hard time sustaining the existing programs of Social Security, the Canadian Pension Plan, and the general benefits that seniors receive today. Poor seniors, I really feel bad for elderly people. They're struggling the most financially. As of January 2018, the US debt stands at $20 trillion. Yes, I think it's definitely higher than that today in 2025. Guess who is going to pay for this debt? Our future generations. The government borrows most of it through public debt, which is owes to individuals, meaning us, to businesses, and foreign governments who bought treasury bills, notes, and bonds. Foreign investors hold the largest share of the U.S. national debt. China and Japan top the list, holding more than $1 trillion each. Wow. As the tax base for workers per retiree is shrinking, the cost to provide retirement benefits, Medicare, defense, and infrastructure continue to rise. Yes, and it's just going to continue to rise. The government will have to choose between cutting the budget or raising taxes. And what do you think they'll be doing? Many people believe taxes may have to go up in the future. What do you think? Oh, my Lord. All right, one more thing I want to talk about. Let's see the page. Yeah, I want to talk about debt management. A lot of us are still in debt. I am still paying my debts to this day. Debt management: control your debt, or debt will control you. Consider this. Say you have a card balance of $5,000 with 18% interest. If you pay $200 every month, minimum 4%, it will take you 32 months or almost 3 years to pay it off. And that assumes that you don't add more debt to it. So how many credit cards do you have? What about mortgages, student loans, car loans, and personal loans? All these are debts, yes. Once you get yourself in debt, it can be very hard to get out. Some people never escape. I don't have a credit card. No more. I have enough personal debt can turn into a disease. It could control your life, diminish your happiness, and limit your freedom. You know how I said earlier how many families being destroyed, marriages ending just because of money problems, because of those crazy, insane debts. People get into depression. Some people end their own life, and they kill first their spouse, their children, and then they kill themselves just to stop this nightmare. It's insane, crazy. It's very sad. Getting out of debt may be one of the hardest things to do and takes a lot of effort and time. But you must fight to do it. You can never be free until you are debt free. Remember that? You can never be free if you are not debt free. Don't get more debt. Exactly. That makes complete common sense, correct? Don't get into more debt. If you see something you like in the store and you don't have cash in hand, you don't have the money to pay for it, walk away. Look at it and say, okay, when I have the money, I'll come back and get you. Oh, I don't need you. I don't need it. Don't carry credit cards. Use cash, debit, or prepaid credit cards. When not using credit, you'll cut down your spending a lot. In some situations where you have to use a credit card, such as buying an airline ticket, make sure to pay off that purchase right away when you get the bill. Yes, or you do have any interest, on it. You should cut up all your credit cards except one or two for convenience purposes. That's what the book advises you. Spend money on necessities. Pay only for what is necessary, like food, your mortgage, of course, your rent, insurance, and utilities. You need to live a minimalistic life. Frugal. Become frugal. Only pay for what you need. Get the thing that you are in desperate need. Otherwise, don't spend. Okay? Cut out unnecessary expenses like cable TV. I don't have cable TV. And tech upgrades. Stop buying a new phone. If your phone that you have, the current phone that you have still works, use it. This is the iPhone 12. iPhone 12. iPhone 12. There is no easy way. You have to give up something to get something. And the phone that I have right now that you see me on is an iPhone 13. And that's my youngest child cell phone. I bought that to him when he turned 11. I'm not upgrading. No, sorry. The phone works just fine. I'm not getting iPhone. I don't even know what is iPhone today. 16, 17, I'm not getting. No. The phones I have, iPhone 12, works just fine. There is no easy way. You have to give up something to get something. Make a list of all your debts. I'm teaching you, okay? Pay attention. Start taking notes. Start to pay them off one at a time, your debts. Pick the easy, low balance debt first and eliminate it, like trimming bushes. Cut them down one by one. Clear smaller debt first. Once smaller debt is clear, once it's cleared, you have extra money to increase the dollar amount on monthly payments for your bigger debts. Using the previous example, if you pay $300 instead of $200 every month, you can pay off your credit card balance in 20 months instead of 32 months. Can you imagine? Instead of 3 years, you'll be done within 2 years. Mortgage prepayment. For those homeowners, people that are here watching my content in my channel. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. So for you, if you have a 30-year mortgage, for example, at 4.5% interest for maybe say a house that costs $300,000. So your monthly payment is, let's say, $1,520. If you put an additional $500 into these payments, you can pay off your mortgage in, let's say, 18 years and 2 months. So how amazing, yes, how incredible is that? You would eliminate almost 12 years of debt. Yes, think smart. So when you get a raise in your job or more money coming in, instead of celebrating your success with a nicer car, more expensive stuff, use that extra cash so you can prepay your mortgage, you know? Okay, so you get out of debt sooner, because you're a homeowner, you are still in debt. You're still paying for that house you're living in. Yes, you are. Wake up. The X-curve concept, building wealth with responsibility. The X-curve concept is a simple way to show the relationship between taking care of your responsibility and building your wealth. It's all about building wealth. In this channel, I teach you, I help you to elevate, level up, I help you to improve your life. And one way to improve your life is to be financially free, where you don't have to rely on the government for your food, like right now the food crisis, where you are able to financially take care of yourself. And if you have a family, that's your responsibility, not the government. Okay, if you're a husband, if you're a wife, you have to take care of your family. And if you're a husband and wife, you're a couple together, it's a partnership. Okay, stay together, stick strong, united, and take care of your bills, your expenses. And I say that the wife has the right to work if she wants to. She doesn't have to. Remember, in Islam, as a Muslim, we don't have to work as women, but it's good to also bring in extra income when you want to be a supportive partner to your husband. So I highly recommend you work. As long as you're not neglecting your children or your family life, yes, you have the right to work as a woman. I'm working and I'm single. Yes, Islam says we have the right to work as women. All right, the X-curve concept. What does it do? It theorizes that, meaning in theory, that in general, a person's responsibility decreases and their wealth increases over time. So the more money you start making, the less responsibilities you should be having. So the X-curve involves two curves that run at opposite directions during your lifetime. I'm going to show them to you. You see them? Yeah, this is the X-curve concept. The wealth curve, that's different, the wealth curve. When you're younger, you normally don't have money, right? When you're young, you don't have money, except if you're a trust fund baby or you're a parent that start giving allowance to your child, but a kid usually doesn't have money. I never was given any allowance from my parents, and they were hardworking parents from Africa, and they started working for white French people, and they made their fortune, and they have a house now fully paid. My mom, hard-working woman, badass mom, and she was working in the market. She was a vendor. She had a hair salon at one point. She made clothes for people. She really went out there and worked super hard just so we can live a great life. And we went to school. School was not an option. We had to get an education, all of us, all my siblings. When you're younger, you normally don't have money. Then you start to save and invest. As you build up your wealth, the wealth curve rises. Hopefully, when you get older, you have enough money for your retirement. The wealth curve is your investment curve. That's the wealth curve. You see, it's different from the X curve. The responsibility curve. That one, down, that one, the responsibility curve. However, when you are younger and start a new family, you may have high responsibilities for children, mortgage, college education, university saving, and your debts. Insurance, high responsibility when you're younger, and when you get older, less responsibility. That's the responsibility curve. You and your spouse, if you're married, you may be responsible for these obligations, whether you live or you die. Early on, the need for insurance protection is quite high, but as your children grow up, your mortgage matures and you reduce your debt, so your responsibility, of course, will decrease, will go lower. More wealth, less responsibilities. But sometimes people say the more money you have, the more problems. But it's all about state of mind, being smart with your money, knowing what to do, knowing the right decision and money moves to make. Be very strategic with your money. That's it. And remember what I said earlier, be frugal, be minimalistic. I'm very minimalistic, very minimalistic. Only buy what I need. Assume you have 2 kids. If something happens to you, your spouse may not be able to take care of them alone. Factoring in your standard of living, your debts and your saving goals, you figure out that you need maybe for protection $500,000. So with $500,000 life insurance coverage, your spouse will be able to have enough money, enough income to raise the children in case you die. Yes, as a man, as the husband. However, let's say you are a good saver. You build up your wealth rapidly, very fast. When you have $100,000 saved, you may not need $500,000 of insurance. At this point, you only need $400,000 because if something happens, your wife, she will be able to have $100,000 in saving, plus the $400,000 of insurance. So that would be $500,000. So when you save $300,000 for protection, for your protection needs will drop down to $200,000. So of course, when you reach $500,000 of savings or investments on hand, you will no longer have the need for protection. So that means the more money you have, you don't need so much insurance. Let's apply this principle to your home. For you homeowners who are watching me, when you buy your house, your friend will come to the housewarming party and congratulate you, the new homeowner. Yeah, well done, you did it. It's every American dream, right? Having a home, owning a house. But actually, you don't own the house. Yes, wake up. The bank owns the house. The bank lender is the real owner of that house you live in. You own the mortgage, which is your responsibility. Only after you pay off the mortgage, when that day comes, then you can celebrate and say, yes, I own the home. Assume your mortgage is $300,000 for 30 years. Can you imagine? For 30 long years, you are paying not $300,000. You're going to be paying double. Trust me, you know. You don't want to know. Most of your payments in the early years will go to interest payments, yes, and a little into the principal of the loan. Understanding the X-curve concept, you decide to pay more than the monthly payment in order to accelerate contributions to the principal of the loan. The faster you do that, the sooner you will be able to reduce your mortgage balance, and you can own your home sooner than scheduled. The X-curve provides a clear approach for building your financial foundation. You'll be motivated to save, to invest, and accumulate your assets faster, so you can reduce your debt, your mortgage, and liability sooner. That's what you want. You don't want to owe people money, and you don't want to owe them a lot of money. You will focus more on college funding and retirement, fulfilling your responsibility and reducing your insurance need. Remember what I said earlier about the financial foundation layers, the 4-1? The protection, that is the insurance. You want to make sure you protect your asset. What belongs to you need to be protected and insured. In life, 2 outcomes can happen to you. Either you live too long or you die too soon. In any event, you should protect yourself and your family futures. Yeah, that makes sense. Have high protection when you are younger. It will take care of your family, your children, college education. A lot of people want to go to college. My daughters, they in college. Well, the 22-year-old, she graduated college, NYU. She's a teacher now. She might be going back for a higher degree. But I have my 24-year-old. She's definitely back in college. She took a year off. So yes, have high protection when you're younger. It will take care of your family if something happens to you. Save as much as you can to take care of your future. There are a growing number of people who have more debt as they get older. Yes. Instead of reducing their mortgage, many people buy bigger houses and take on bigger mortgages. Yes, I heard some people take bigger mortgages. And of course, some may have more children if they remarry, for example. As a result, they still have a lot of responsibility and therefore high protection needs. Yes, sometimes you have a man who decides to divorce and he marries a single mother, and then she has her own children, and he may have also his own biological children. So come all these kids, that's more responsibility financially. So by understanding the X-curve concept, you may want to decrease your responsibility and increase your savings to move toward becoming debt-free and living a potentially happier life. A lot of people, I'm telling you, in their home, they have stress, they are depressed, they have anxiety, headaches, just because of money. They're asking me if I want to work and do some delivery. No, not yet, not today, not right now. I'm staying here with my YouTube family, teaching you, my beautiful people. X-curve for the responsible. The true meaning behind the X-curve is responsibility. If people are not responsible, this concept is of no benefit. There are people who spend hundreds of dollars a month drinking, partying, gambling, but they have no insurance. I don't gamble. I used to. Bad. I don't drink, never have, never will. I don't even like the smell of alcohol. And I used to be a waitress, a bartender, but I never drank. Thank God. Others shop until they drop using plastic money, meaning, credit card. Parents spoil their children with toys and lavish birthdays. Yeah, toys that later they're going to put in the trash. Yet they save nothing into their college funding. Yeah, so something I would suggest to do, I would highly advise a parent to do, instead of buying toy, that money that you were supposed to spend on toy for your kid, put it in a educational fund, okay? And when your kid turned 18, voila, look, you have over $2 million. Instead of buying useless toys. Once in a while, your little kid, you can buy him a toy or two, but don't go lavish, be extravagant. Their popularity and their image to their friends take a higher priority than the future of their family. Yes, keeping up with the Jonases, right? Like, oh, my kid has the bigger, the best, the baddest. The person with responsibility knows where his or her priority is. Yeah, know where your priority is. Priorities. My priority is making sure that my kids are okay, that financially they are secure, and that we are doing good. Family's financial future, that should be your priority. You must know what you want and what you need. Yeah, need and want are two different things. I learned that back when I was still in welfare. I went to a class and they taught us about want, need, responsibility, budget, all these terms I had no idea about. I didn't know fully the meaning. You have a clear goal and a strategy to pursue it. Quite often, the person who doesn't care about protection for their family also doesn't worry much about saving for a rainy day. It's true. We always think about partying, going out, spending. We never think about that. If they die too soon, that's why the importance of financial education, financial literacy. If they die too soon, their family will suffer. And then they end up, like I said earlier, going to create a GoFundMe, like I did years ago in 2016, when I was almost about to get evicted and I needed desperately the help. If they die If they die too soon, their family will suffer. And if they live too long, many become a burden to their children. And you know what happens? A lot of these adult children, they end up putting their own parents into nursing homes because they don't want to deal with the burden financially. That's what happened. In Africa and where I come from, we don't have nursing homes. So our parents, our old parents, they live with us. But when we can. But for the people who care for their family, if they die too soon, they'll have enough insurance protection for their loved ones. They also believe in saving for their children's college education. And if they live too long, they have enough savings to take care of themselves in their later years. I'm looking at the time because I have to do my catering job today. They want me there at 10:30, but I still have time. It's 9 o'clock right now. Without responsibility, there is no insurance need and no saving. There is no X curve. Understanding life insurance. Yes, a lot of people don't know about life insurance. I never really understood about life insurance until I became a life insurance agent. Yes, I had my license years ago in 2017, 2018, 2019. And I lost it in 2020 because I never renewed it. And I wanted out of the financial services industry. Life insurance isn't a fun topic, but it is a critical part of your financial strategy. People don't often talk about it. Most don't understand it. Few want to buy it. Even those people who buy it don't necessarily understand it or appreciate its importance in building and preserving wealth. As a result, a lot of people don't have any life insurance protection. If they do, many don't have enough. Today, people have all kinds of protection. They insure their house, their cars, their phones, and appliances. They even buy travel insurance for their vacations. They have health insurance, like this book mentioned. But when it comes to life insurance, people remain skeptical. The most important insurance that protects their family and their children is not taken seriously. Life insurance doesn't insure your life. It helps to ensure your family's ability to continue on without being financially devastated. Yeah, that's what it does. But a lot of people don't understand that. It's like a saving account. It's like money put aside for an emergency. That's what life insurance is. Life insurance doesn't insure your life. It helps to ensure your family's ability to continue on without being financially devastated. A good number of people believe that they won't die anytime soon. I think a lot of us, we think we're going to live 20, 30, 40 years. But no, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Even in 1 minute in the future, it's not guaranteed for anyone. I could die right now. Anything can happen. A good number of people believe that they won't die anytime soon. Why would they need life insurance? Some take it easy by just signing up with their employer's group life insurance. There is no need for a medical checkup. Others get it free from their company. However, the company may not provide enough coverage, and if their employment terminates, meaning if you have no more job, if you lose the job, if you quit, for example, that's it. Your protection is gone. You lose it. They may also have difficulties buying individual life insurance if they have medical problems and need more coverage. Yes. Are you insurable? Most life insurance requires medical exams, blood tests. I did it. And health records before a policy is issued. If you have health problems, life insurance companies may deny your application. Yes, my ex-husband, he has diabetes 2, type 2. And he didn't even tell me. He didn't tell when we did the life insurance application. He didn't tell me. He kept it hidden, but they found out because of the blood test. That's why you can't lie on this application. You have to tell the truth. He never told them that he had type 2 diabetes, and he told me, but it took so long for him to tell me. And he said that even his family doesn't know. His own family doesn't know he had it. If you have health problems, life insurance companies may deny your application, or they may charge a higher rate. This is similar to how car insurance treats drivers with bad driving records. I'm laughing because that's me. I drive too fast, and this is why I get violation tickets. Speed over 10 miles over the speed limit. You have to be very careful. They have record of everything. They have your data. They know everything about you. They have cameras all around. They see how fast you're driving if you're a driver. They have everything. Once you give your blood, once you go to the doctor, to the hospital, they have everything about you. You give your social security, that's it. They have every records of you. They know when you went to the doctor, where you went to the doctor, who you went to see, to talk to. They have all your records, your child records. They have everything about us. We cannot hide from them. And then they sell your own personal information to third parties. Did you know that? It's unbelievable. Crazy. So much thing people have no idea, are clueless about. Clueless. Once you give your social security number to anyone over the phone, it's total stranger that you don't know, you put it on the computer, they have all your life. Everything they know. They know when you were hired, where, the jobs you had, even if it's 20 years from now. 20 years ago, all the job interviews you went to, the school you went to, the addresses you lived in, even when you rented, they know everything. And when you go to social media and they have your name there, they can look you up, an employer, someone that just hired you, to know everything about you, because whatever you post on social media usually is something that you like, is something that you are passionate about, is something you agree with, correct? We post things that we like as a people to know about ourselves. Oh, they keep sending me text for orders. It's busy. Metro B wants me to go, but I'm staying here. I will go later, either this evening or tomorrow. I have to look at my other schedule because I work with a catering company during the morning lunch time. Okay, where was I? Yes, they know everything about us. Everything. When you scroll online, when you're on YouTube, like now, for example, and you start going to different channels, they see all that. They see everything. When you click and you go to a particular channel, they will know your daily habits, the thing that you like, the thing that you dislike, the people you subscribe to, the people you unsubscribe from. When you purchase things online, when you go to eBay, when you go to Amazon, they know everything about you. Even when you post stuff and you delete them, but as soon as it's posted there, they know it. It's in the record. You know how the crimes happen and the police retrieve the text messages of somebody, even they had deleted it, they just called the telephone company. Yeah, I'm telling you, everything you put there online, even if you press delete, it's still there. You might not see it, you think it's deleted, erased, it's there. Even you're texting people and you delete, for example, you texted to the wrong person, you delete it, it's still there. It's still there in the back end. I learned that years ago. Insane. All right. A lot of people are not insurable and may not know it. An estimated, this book was back in 2018, I think, or 17 written. So imagine now the numbers have changed. It's not accurate. A lot of people are not insurable and may not know it. An estimated 92 million Americans have one or more types of heart disease. Yes, that's the number one killer, by the way, in America, heart disease. 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women have the risk of developing cancer in their lifetime. Canadians face similar health issues, with 90% of Canadians having at least one risk factor for heart disease or stroke. If you know somebody who had a stroke, pray for them so they don't have a heart attack or they die suddenly. Thus, if you have the need, buy life insurance as soon as you can while you're healthy and insurable. Buying early is also wise because premiums are generally higher as you age, as you grow older. Yes, don't wait too long, because when you have a health issue, it may be too late. You might find out that you are no longer insurable. Some policies can be issued without a medical exam or with limited medical questions. These forms of guaranteed policies typically charge higher premiums and are only available on lower coverage amounts. Do single people need life insurance? Most people buy life insurance to take care of their spouse and children. However, single people buy life insurance for different reasons. They have loved ones to take care of, such as their parents or less fortunate relatives. They may have a friend or relative who co-signed a student loan or a mortgage. The co-signers will be on the hook if they are gone. They may start a family soon and want to buy when the cost is lower or while they are still healthy and insurable. They are a co-owner of a business and want to protect their business and the people that will inherit that business. They want to take advantage of the tax benefits of life insurance. Yes, life insurance has tax benefits in it. They want to leave a legacy, maybe to the cause that they're passionate about. Maybe you have a charity that you really want to give back to. So they talk about term insurance, permanent life insurance. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about the Index Universal Life Strategy. In an effort to cut down the impact of losses, some insurance products introduced a new interest crediting strategy using market index such as the S&P 500. Additional life insurance, oh no, that's for Canada. I'm not going to, since I'm not in Canada, I'm not going to talk about it. Which one should you choose? Term, UL, IUL, or double L? You probably have a similar dilemma when buying a car. Should you buy a sedan, a SUV, a minivan, or a pickup truck? To the mechanic, all cars are similar. They share the same basics: an engine, a transmission, and 4 wheels plus a steering wheel. The difference is what they put on top of it, and you pick the one that fits your needs. If they had a flat bed, they call it a pickup truck. If they have just 2 seats, a sports car. If they have 4 doors, a sedan. If they put 4 big wheels, an SUV. I have an SUV. And if they put in 3 rows of seating, a minivan. I used to have a minivan. I loved it. I remember my youngest son, he would always be at the very back, laying down. And at one time, I would even put some pillows for him to feel comfortable. Let's see what time it is now. 9:19. Okay. A few more minutes and I have to go. I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. Today is financial services tutorial or teaching. Likewise, the basics of all insurance is COI, but the cash value on top of it determines the different types. If you pay the basic COI, it's term. If the cash value is fixed, guarantee is whole life. If the cash value crediting is interest rate sensitive, it's UL. If the cash value interest rate crediting is tied to an index, is IUL. No matter what you call it, all insurance has one thing in common. You have to pay for the COI inside their policy, which is the cost of term insurance. We can sum it up as follows. All insurance is term insurance, COI. The cost of term insurance always goes up. There is no free lunch. You have to pay for it. In all other words, all insurance is either term or term plus cash. The COI always goes up as you get older. You must pay for the term insurance directly, or you must have enough money in the cash value to pay for it. Wow. I haven't read this book in so long. Amazing. But I hope you really learned something and there was something of value from what I have said. I think there was if I remember, let's see. I wanted to. Something I was thinking of sharing with you in this book. Let me look at it again. Oh no, I think it was in my other workbook. Oh yes, I wanted to talk quickly about retirement plans before I leave. Retirement plans fall into two basic categories: defined benefit plan, DB, or defined contribution plan, DC. So let's talk about the defined benefit plan, like your pension here in America. Also known as a traditional pension, it pays a retiree, somebody who retires, when you're no longer working for your employer, for the company. It pays a retiree a specific benefit based on years of service and salary level until they die. In some cases, the payout will continue for a spouse or a beneficiary. Beneficiary is someone that you want to have the money when you pass, when you die. Put simply, they are called defined benefit because you know what you are going to get when you retire, your pension. This plan is quite costly for the employer, meaning the people that have hired you, your boss. Most companies have dramatically scaled back on these plans or completely eliminated them altogether. The defined contribution plan. They are normally known by the IRS tax code, like the 401k, maybe you have a 401k, or 403b. So the defined contribution plan, they allow the employee, meaning you work for somebody, you're an employee, they allow you to make pre-tax contributions to your own retirement account. So your boss, your employer, may make matching contributions up to a certain amount. Make sure to always check that your company that you work for, your boss, they are matching that contribution, okay? Ask them. If they are not, they're supposed to. Your employer, meaning your boss, serves as a plan sponsor and has another company and administer the plan and its investment. This plan administrator is typically a mutual fund company, a brokerage firm, or an insurance company. Yes, you don't know it, but you are still using an insurance company while you are working for someone, because that money is going there. You are responsible for the investment of your money by choosing investment options in the plan. Yeah, at the beginning when you get hired, when you fill out all those tax information, they ask you about it. Contribution limits are set every year to adjust the high cost of living. Yeah, once you work for a company, you are also participating in that insured money. So the 401k is insured money plan. The 403b is the same. The 457, all these. Yeah, you need to Google that and find out all about it. Know where your money is going. You're participating in all those insurance companies' strategies. So 401k, for those who don't know, it's essentially a retirement savings plan account which offers tax advantages. It doesn't have the lifetime payout like the pension plans. Then the 403b, Google it, 401k, what it is really. 403b, what it is really. Just don't listen to what I say and believe it. Just go and do your investigation. I'm just giving you all the references, the information, and you go find out for yourself. You need to do your due diligence. 403b is similar to 401k, but it is available only for employees of tax-exempt organizations. Like the school, the church, the hospital. Yes, those have the 403bs. And the 457, all these are tax code from the IRS. 457 plans in general have similarities to 401k and are available to state and local public employees and to certain non-profit organizations. So if you have a non-profit organization, then you know about 457. Defined contribution plans invest with pre-tax contribution. So the contribution, they have not been taxed yet. Thus, withdrawing money before you turn 59 and a half years old, they will be subject to early withdrawal penalties. Penalties with some exception, meaning they will fine you. You will have to pay extra money if you take it before you turn 59 and a half. Insane. That's your own money, but you will still be fined. Like you get punished for taking some money out from your own account. I'm telling you, all these things is financial education I had no idea about back in 2017. And of course, all contributions will be taxed as ordinary income. Yes, they tax you every time. These plans are called defined contribution because you know what you put in, but you won't know what you may get when you retire due to of course, the market going up, going down. The passive employee, although 401k and other DC, meaning defined contribution plan that I just talked about, they are very popular. Lack of understanding is still a major problem. Yes, I'm sure a lot of Americans have no clue, don't know anything about what these plans are. Many employees are passive participants. They contribute to their plan because people around them do so. Few get involved enough to take the time to understand and monitor their plan. Yes. Who goes and start looking up about this? Nobody. Nobody. Subhanallah. Taxes on your Social Security benefit. Your Social Security benefits will be taxed depending on your other incomes. If you're still working and receive a salary, if you're earning interest and capital gains, if you're withdrawing from retirement savings such as IRA, 401k, 403b, and other employer-sponsored programs, if you're earning gains from annuities distributions. However, there's another one. It's called the Roth IRA. These are distributions. They are income tax free, assuming certain requirements are met, as they mentioned earlier in the book. I didn't read about the IRA and the Roth IRA plans, but these are also retirement plans. Depending on your income, combined income from you and your spouse will be subject to tax. Yeah, Uncle Sam will be there even after you retire. Who's here? I see somebody. Hey, Zaman, thank you. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live stream. I'm almost done, actually. I have to go to my catering job in a minute. I'm just here talking about life insurance, budget, protecting your assets, financial literacy. Yeah, that live stream is about financial literacy and better understanding how you can save money. Thank you so much for being here. I'm almost done. So, managed growth. If money were a game, many of us would be losing. Yes, because we're ignorant about how money works. Making big income does not necessarily mean you are going to win. Yes, look how so many people, they have millions of dollars. You have people that have six-figure income, meaning they earn over $100,000 a year. And some of them, at the end of the month, they are broke. So it's not about how much money you make, it's how much you keep. Remember earlier I said about that? You have people that earn so much money every month, but at the end of the month, they're still broke. Because as soon as the money comes in, almost 90% of that income, they have spent it within 2 weeks. Millions are drowning in a sea of debt. Bankruptcies don't just happen to the working poor. It befalls people from all walks of life. Yeah, it happens to rich, wealthy people too. If they're not smart with their money, that's exactly what's going to happen. Some people make a lot, but they may also spend a lot too. Others make big bets when the market is hot, but shy away when the market is undervalued. They lose and don't know why they lose. And those who win don't often know why they win. If they knew, they would continue to do what makes them win and avoid what makes them lose. Lack of knowing how money works is one of the main reasons for losing in the money game. Do you want growth or safety? When thinking about safety for their money, most people think about banks. Yes, how many people put their money in the bank thinking it's safe there? They have no idea that the banks, they are using their money. When they want growth, most think about investment securities. The problem is that if you want growth, you may not get safety. And if you want safety, you may not get the growth to beat inflation. I talked about inflation earlier. It's the rise in prices of goods and services over time. That's what inflation is. So, sound like a catch-22? Can you get both growth potential and safety? Yes, it is possible. When you play sports, you have to play both offense and defense. You've got to be strong on both sides. You can't have all the players attack and leave no one to defend the home base, right? So you need growth, you need safety, you need growth, safety, tax advantage, and protection. All these four. Growth, safety, tax advantage, and protection. So you have to diversify. You allocate your assets into different positions. You use dollar cost averaging to capitalize on the downtime in the market. Occasionally, you rebalance your investment mix if your objectives have changed, and to make sure your investments are doing what you need them to be doing for you. Remember how I said earlier, don't work for money, make your money work for you. Take advantage of tax advantages allowed by law by the IRS so you can grow your income and keep more of it. Whether you get 20% tax savings or 20% gain in rate of return, every penny counts. And you must definitely have a good defense with protection for your life, your investment, and your estate. Estate is simply everything that you own. So it can be money, material, and it can be also in terms of physically tangible, things that you can touch, like a house. That's your estate. Or if you own an apartment or a building or a store that you are the owner and you're renting to other people. When building your future and making financial decisions, you should ask these questions. Number one, can it potentially grow to achieve my goal? Number two, is it safe enough? Number three, does it have tax advantages? And number four, does it have protection? If you have a good answer to each of these questions, you are like moving in the right direction towards your goal. So growth is good, but managed growth is better. So you need to know what you need in terms of when it comes to your financial house. This book's amazing. It taught me so much. I learned so much. So the two pieces of advice I'm going to give you before I finish the live stream. Spend less. Be frugal. Remember how I said earlier, I'm a minimalistic person. I spend very little. So spend less. Only buy what is necessary. That's my two pieces of information, advice. Spend less. Spend less. Spend less. And increase your cash flow. These are the two pieces of advice I have for you today. Spend less. Increase your cash flow. That's it for today. Save for your future. I love you very much. I need to go. I have my catering job I have to go to, but thank you so much for being with me all this time in this live stream. I love you very much. I appreciate you. I love the participation, leaving comments, and when you are here, all of you guys on the chat, talk to each other, get to know each other. And remember, this is a family. We're here to learn more about each other. We need to be united. Remember how I said yesterday in the live stream, we need to spread more love, more joy. We need to be positive. Remember, the three pieces of advice I gave you is to be disciplined, be positive, and be authentic. Especially as a content creator like myself here on YouTube, on this amazing social media platform, it's all about being genuine, being yourself. Don't care. Don't worry about what others says. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about negative comment. Delete, remove, erase, block, and keep it moving. Okay. I love you very much. Today's quote is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. All right. I love you. Until next time, this is Nia. Radiate, rise, reclaim. Stay inspired, stay blessed, and keep it moving. Keep thriving. I'm here to encourage you, to help you, and to educate you. Love you. Bye.